Okay, so so yeah, so in the last class we talked about how Krishna explains the once again revisits the concept of an ashrama, uh, but this time with the with the idea that the Varnas are manifestation in different modes of nature, and how uh, aligning oneself with the prescribed duties as per the Varna, anyone can attain perfection. Because it's not about any activity being superior or any activity being inferior, but it's the it is the purpose with which we do the activity that's truly matters. Yeah, so therefore, Brahmana may do the Brahmanical activities. That's wonderful. Kshatriya may do Kshatriya activity. That's also wonderful. Vaishya may do Vaishya activity. That's also wonderful. And Shudra may do Shudra activities. All the activities in and of themselves are not uh, mm, are not a blanket. I mean, not uh, the way to decipher which is better, which is not better. For the purpose of um, for the purpose of impact, yes, we do sometimes discriminate. Brahmanical activity they have more impact because the Brahmanas they are responsible uh, to spread the right philosophy, the right thoughts, and everything else depends on the thoughts, on the outlook. The outlook of life depends on the thoughts we carry. So therefore, the responsibility and the duty Brahmana has is going to impact a lot than any other varnas because uh, Prabhupada himself one time he said that I came in the world to make to que- to challenge and to question how people should be thinking. Yeah, how they should be thinking differently. So the Brahmana responsibility is to raise the consciousness of the society, to raise the consciousness of individual. So that's something the Brahmanas uh, go for it, and the activity has impact, a lot impact than any other Varnaj activities because you are dealing with the consciousness, you are dealing with the thinking, with the thoughts. Then the lesser impact is caused by the Kshatriyas because if Kshatriyas are not there, then the society will not be uh, working or moving toward the right direction because administration is required so that those who are upstarts, those who are rogues, thieves, they are in check and balance. Because if they are in population, if they are free, they can bring out havoc in the peaceful society. So therefore, Kshatriyas, not only they have to protect the human beings, but they also have got to protect the other life also. So praja means anyone who has taken birth in that land. So Raja and Praja. But mainly Kshatriyas, they deal with the human beings. Yeah. The impact of Kshatriya is lesser than the impact what the Brahmana has because Brahmana deals with the consciousness of the society. They have responsibility, and the Kshatriyas they have to give physical protection to those who are victims of society, and they have to make sure that those who are upstarts, those who are swindlers, those who are demoniac, they are in check. The responsibility and the duty of Vaishyas are lesser impactful than the Kshatriyas because their influence is to give protection to the cows, to the animals in general, and to the cows in a specific sense. And they also have to generate wealth, gen, generate the foodstuffs and the wealth for society to function. So yes, the impact of Vaishya is a little lesser, but each of the roles are important. The more impact or less impact doesn't disqualify the importance and the relevance and the vital role each of the Varna contribute through their activities. And the last one, Sudras, their impact is lesser because, or the least because uh, they're, they don't take up they don't take up the responsibility uh, in a sense that is that they're heading that they are taking the heat of responsibility or they are punishable for that, but they assist all the remaining all the upper varnas. In that sense they have responsibility to assist. So without the assistance of Sudras, other Varnas will have difficulty in doing their duty, doing their roles. So therefore, each of the Varnas, they are important, they are extremely vital for the functioning of the society. It's like Prabhupada to the example of the body. For the proper functioning of the body, we need the head, hands, belly, and legs. Similarly, for the proper functioning of the society, we need Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Sudras. Prabhupada, one of the concern he expressed often that, more than often, that because current society is filled with Sudras and a few Vaishyas here, there, society is misdirected. And therefore, Prabhupada, more than often, he said that my movement is to make the Brahmanas. But eventually, Prabhupada said that, and Prabhupada gave the whole framework. But in essence, Prabhupada wanted people to follow Brahminical culture, people to follow Brahminical civilization, and for that reason, Krishna appears in this world. For that reason, Krishna sends his incarnation to appear in this world. For that reason, Krishna in a sense, he empowered representatives to carry forward the Brahminical society, Brahminical civilization. In that sense, Prabhupada wanted the Brahmanas to, the people to display what is Brahminical culture. So, Brahminical culture means, in simple way, that life is centered around holy name of Krishna. Holy scriptures are the center, like Gita and Bhagavatam, Charitamrita, and we are following the rules regulation of no meat eating, no gambling, no cheat sex, and no intoxication. Okay, so now so this was what we discussed in detail last class. Now we'll move from there. So Krishna will pick up discussion what he kind of left out and got in different theme. So now Krishna will come back to where he started the whole thing. And then, yeah, Krishna, because we are in the 49th verse, and this chapter has 72 verses. So we are hardly 20 verses left out. But as we are going to the end of this chapter and end of Bhagavad Gita, things will become more deeper. Because the Madhurana Samapayat, because Krishna has to conclude Bhagavad Gita with sweetness, isn't it? No meal is complete unless there is sweet at the end. Yeah, we're not talking from the Gujarati dish perspective. In Gujarat, they take sweet in the beginning, but in Bengal, Gaudiya tradition, Bengal, sweet comes in the end. Yeah. But that's about the sweets. But when it comes to the scripture like Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Acharya says it is full of jewels. It is sweet in the beginning, sweet in the middle, and sweet in the end. But still, for the sake of for the sake of any composition, some special sweetness has to come in the end. So that will come in maybe next class, but let's see how we move forward. सिद्धिं प्राप्तो यथा ब्रह्मा तथाप्नोति निबोध मे समासेनैव कौन्तेय निष्ठा ज्ञानस्य या परा. Translation. Person of Kunti, learn from me how one who has achieved this perfection of how one who has achieved this perfection can attain to the supreme perfectional stage, Brahman, the stage of highest knowledge, by acting in the way I shall not summarize. So now Krishna is summarizing the discussion, and it's beautiful because Krishna will summarize, he will re-summarize, and then he will re-summarize. Because even after summary, he won't feel satisfied, and Krishna will again speak something. Usually, when you summarize, after summary, you stop. But Krishna is so eager uh, to speak his heart through Arjuna to each one of us that he will not end by summarizing, but he will keep re-summarizing at least 2 more times as we go ahead. So now Krishna is summarizing about he began this whole discussion with uh, the faith and the things. Yeah. So now we'll go ahead. सिद्धिं प्राप्त यथा ब्रह्म तथा आपनोति निबोध में समाज से नैव. So there are two words in Sanskrit, samas and vyas. Samas में summarize करना, vyas मतलब expound करना, to expound the message, summarize. What am I doing it? What do you do? Haribol, am I audible? Haribol? I mean, video stuck for me. Audio? Audio क्या है?
Audio got also stuck. Now it is better.
तो मैं पर क्या कर दे पगला? You came to spoil the connection. Okay, now it's audible, Prabhu? Okay, now it's okay. Now it's okay. So, yeah, so I have taken shelter of the internet, 5 internet of Minal Prabhu. So because he came late, connection. He happened to displace mobile. There was some problem with connection. So yes, so the two words are there in Sanskrit, Samas and Vyas. Samas means to summarize. So there are samas like Tatpuru Samas, Abhyay Bhav Samas, Digu Samas, and yeah, and the last one is Bahuvriya Samas. So yeah, so Lokpal. So Lokpal is one word, but Lokpal has two meanings. Lokasya Palah, iti Lokpalah. You should take. Of course, there is one more called Karmadhara Samas also. anyway, so that's one meaning. But if you go by the Abhay, go by the Bahuri Samas, then Lokaha Pala Yasya Saha, जिसका पालन संसार करता है, मतलब भिखारी हो गया. So one word can have two meaning. Which samasa you go for it? Yeah. So yeah. So Dvija is one word. Depending upon the samasa and the vicheda, Dvija can mean Dvija can mean twice born, and twice born could be teeth also. Twice born could be bird also. Twice born could be Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaisya. So न समास मतलब बहुत चीजों को एक वर्ड में एक लाइन में बता देना, दैट्स कॉल्ड समास, और वन वर्ड समास. Samasa makes Sanskrit highly complex because this is not available in English. समास कर देना, और व्यास मतलब उसको एक्सपाउंड करना. So Vyasadeva appeared, so earlier there was only one Veda, but Vyasadeva he divided the Veda into four, and he wrote corollary to the Vedas, Upavedas, and like that. He expanded the whole Vedas. Therefore, he got the name Vyasa, because he took up the responsibility to expound the different meanings and the things of the Vedas, the aspects of Vedas. Okay, so now here the word Krishna is using here is samasya naiva kaunteya nishtha jnanasya ya para. So now I'm going to speak in summary samasya naiva of Kunti Putra Arjuna. In brief, whatever I have spoken, in brief, with what purpose? Siddhi prapti, for the purpose of attaining perfection. Okay. Which siddhi? Brahma siddhi, realization of the absolute truth. Okay. And another reason, another purpose, jnanasya nishtha, to get firm faith in the transcendental knowledge. With these two purposes, Krishna in a own summarize whatever he has spoken so far. Okay, in the purport, the Prabhupada is saying here, one attains the supreme stage of Brahman simply by renouncing the result of his work for the satisfaction of the Supreme Lord. That is the process of self-realization. The actual perfection of knowledge is in attaining pure Krishna consciousness. Okay, so this is the summary. Buddhya Visuddhya Yukta Ditya Atmanam Yammecha Sabdadin Visyansh Taktava Raga Devesa Yudusacha Vikta Sevi Lakvasi Yata Vakya Yamanasaha ध्यान योग परो नित्यं वैराग्यं समुपाश्रितः अहंकारं बलं तत्त्वं कामं क्रोधं परिग्रहं विमुच्य निर्ममः शान्तो ब्रह्मभूयाय कल्पते. Can somebody the meaning? Being purified by intelligence and controlling the mind with the determination, giving up the objects of sense gratification, being freed from attachment and hatred. One who lives in a secluded place, who eats little, who controls his body, mind, and power of speech, who is always in trance, and who is detached, free from false ego, false strength, false pride, lust, anger, and acceptance of material things, free from false proprietorship, and peaceful. Such a person is certainly elevated to the position of self-realization. So basically, Krishna is summarizing what is spoken primarily in the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, yeah, and even to some degree in the 5th chapter. Yeah, basically, taking um, the path of tapasya, the path of dhyana, and um, so therefore, by saying that here that let's see some of the words here used by Krishna. विशुद्धिया बुद्धिया विशुद्ध बुद्धि से विशुद्ध बुद्धि ओके धृत्या आत्मनम धृत्या नियम्य च by following the rules and regulation of Ashtanga Yoga नियम यम नियम शब्दादीन विषयांश त्यक्त्वा giving up the sense objects. Yeah, again that's what we talk in the Dhyan Yoga that is called Pratihara. Rag dvesha vidusya cha. To be free from rag and dvesha. This has been a constant theme throughout Gita. To not be swayed by raga and dvesha. Mukta sevi means to live in seclusion. Mukta sevi. Laghu asi, to not have so much of desire in life. Keep life simple with simple desire. Yeah. Yeah. Yat vak kaya manasah, no, vak, words, body and mind. Dhyana yoga paro nityam vairagyam samapashritah. By doing the dhyana yoga and then vairagya, samapashrita, taking shelter of the vairagya in life. Vairagya is for everyone. It's not a vairagya only for sannyasi and brahmachari. No, Vairagya Vidya Naja Bhakti Yogam. One of the reasons for Lord Chaitanya's appearance is to give Vairagya Vidya. The difference between the householder and those who are in the renounced order is in the life of the renounced order in the life of those who follow the path of renunciation, their Vairagya is also manifested externally. Yeah. So, but in the household, Vairagya has to manifest internally. So internal Vairagya is common for both brahmachari or grihastha. If the householder is not working on the internal Vairagya, then householder will get into Grihamedhi. Nice. Ahankaram balam darpam kamam krodham parigraham विमुच्य निर्मम शांतो ब्रह्म भूया कल्पते. अहंकार, बल, दर्प मतलब अभिमान, काम, क्रोध, परिग्रहम इकट्ठा करना, एक्युमुलेट करना, विमुच्य सबको छोड़ करके, और निर्मम ममता को भी त्याग करके कि ये मेरा है, ये मेरा फोन है, ये मेरा ये है, ये मेरा घर है. निर्मम शांत पीसफुल होकर के, such a person is qualified to attain Brahman. See the purport here. Yeah. Again summarizing. That this stage is called Brahma Bhuta stage. So this is a summary of whatever Krishna has spoken in chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5, chapter 6. That's the summary so far. How to attain Brahman. And also he has spoken in chapter 12, second half of chapter 12. Not exactly, because Avitaja Bhagavan, mainly chapter 13 And chapter, yeah, wherever he has spoken about these concepts. So these, in summary, that's how a person come to the position of self-realized person or Brahma Bhuta. Prabhupada is quoting from 2.70, what a Brahma Bhuta state. अपूर्यमाणं न चला प्रतिष्ठं समुद्रमापा प्रविशन्ति यद्वत् तद्वत्तकामायं प्रविशन्ति सर्वे स शान्तिमाप्नोति न कामकामी. Enters like rivers into the ocean, which is ever being filled, but is always still, can alone achieve peace, and not the man who strives to satisfy desires. So yes, no, very. So the whole essence of one who has attained Brahman is he has to got equipoised. And Krishna not only speaks, but he also practices. Can I give some example of Krishna practicing himself, what is speaking, being equipoised? Anyone? Except Navin Prabhu, बाकी लोग तो अलग दुनिया में हैं। क्या? Manu died. But Abhimanyu was more close to Subhadra than Krishna. Anyway, Indra attacked Vrindavan. How is this?
Krishna
How is this equipoised?
only like he's
I
only
can't hear.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hey, go. Any reflection on Krishna himself practicing being equipoised? Krishna only saved, but not totality with Indra. Okay. Okay. So Krishna for you. Okay. Okay, Abhimanyu got pleased in Krishna world. Okay, any other? Anyway,
Bhima was going to kill
one
Ashwatthama.
of the commentary on the Brida Bhakshan Leela of Krishna Balagopal. When Dwarka Vasi destroyed each other, Krishna was not much attached. Brahma did not steal cowherd boys. They were the Maya Arbhakas. They were the duplicates made by Maya. Real cowherd boys were not shown by Brahmaji. Yeah, he did that, but Brahma did not steal. How could Brahma touch the cowherd boy? How could Ravana touch Sita Devi? It's not possible. When Bhima was going to kill Ashwatthama, Dwarka was destroying each other. That's close. That makes sense. Bhima, Ashwatthama, how the cycle Krishna being equipoised. Yeah, Dwarka was when they were, this Matsya Leela happened, Krishna sword remained equipoised. He let that thing happen. Even though he could have, even though he can nullify the Brahmana curse, what Brahmana curse will do on Krishna? Brahmana gets stung from Krishna. जन्माद्यस्यतः नोयद तर्तश विज्ञस्वरा तेन ब्रह्मद्यादि कविये विजन्ति यत् सूर्यः तेजोवारि मुदां विनिमयत सर्गं दिशा धाम नश्वेन श्लानस्तपोकं सत्यं परं धीमहि. When Krishna is the origin of everything, everyone, aham sarasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate. What a Brahmana curse can do anything on the associates of Krishna. But yes, Krishna let the Brahmana curse prevail, and he did not use. Yes, Shupal abusing Krishna. Krishna showed being equipoised. That's a good answer. Because who also is replying here. Yes, Gandhari? Gandhari cursing Krishna. Yeah, Krishna was equipoised. So, but the arrow did not hit Krishna. The arrow did not hit Krishna. Arrow simply touched the soul of Krishna and went to earth. So what is the equipoisness here, Krishna? आप लोग गड़बड़ कर रहे हैं. Yes, in movie, right? Yes, in serial. Give me wrong example. Yes, so this example makes sense. It looks like Krishna passed.
Try to hit Krishna, but you are remain equipoised. Whether जरा अनुसार तीर आया मतलब करो ना कुछ मतलब इसमें तो उससे बताओ खुद नहीं पता कि बात लगेगा या नहीं लगेगा.
जरा ध्यान से कहिए जरा के बारे में. जरा के बारे में जरा ध्यान से बोलिए, क्योंकि जरा एपिसोड इज डिफरेंट. वहाँ पे भगवान तुम्हें जरा का पहले उद्धार करते हैं. पहले जरा को भगवत धाम भेजते हैं. जरा का रोज भगवान के लोटस फीट को स्पर्श करते हुए एंटर करता है. तो जरा पे आपका ध्यान क्यों जा रहा है? Anyways, Krishna is made material world for purification, despite, yeah, in that sense Krishna did equipose, but we're talking about from the Leela perspective. So these three Leela make sense. One is Shishupal, one is Moshe Leela, and yeah, these two make sense here. Gandhari, yeah, Gandhari. Another Leela, it's not Leela, yeah, it's Leela, coupled with the commentary of Acharya. The Mridabhakshan Leela, when Krishna ate the dirt. So while trying to analyze what was the mood behind Krishna eating the dirt, so one Acharya said that Krishna wanted to practice and teach the world how to practice equanimity in life. Because Krishna had been eating butter. जितना मजा बटर खाने में उतना मजा मटर खाने में भी होना चाहिए. So to tell the world how to practice equanimity, कभी खाने में मलाई मिलेगा और कभी खाने में रोटी मिलेगा. प्रेम से खाइए. Yeah. Sometimes you will get to wear garland of fame, and sometimes you have to wear garland of shame. दोनों पहन दीजिए. Remain equipoised. So I shall recommend like that to teach the principle of equanimity. Krishna ate the dirt. Anyway, let's come to our let's come here. So here Prabhupada is quoting the verse from 2.70 and saying Apuryamanam Darshanam Pratishtha Samudrayapa Prasanti Yadavat. That one who is equipoised, he can attain peace. So if you want to be peace, if you want to attain peace, we have got to overcome the duality of in life. There's no shortcut. आपको एक पॉइंट बनना ही पड़ेगा इस संसार में, अदरवाइज जीवन में पीस, और जब पीस नहीं है तो फिर आगे बढ़ नहीं पाएंगे. Yeah, so that has been the focus of Krishna from chapter 2 itself, from the starting Bhagavad Gita. How to practice equanimity. Of course, equanimity has 3 levels of practices. The bottom most practice is शीतोष्ण. शीत अभी गर्मी है, ह्यूमिड वातावरण है मायापुर में, कोलकाता में, या एसी है, try tolerate, part of life. Yeah. Because through each season, through every variety, what is manifested in the nature, there is some purpose Krishna has got to achieve. Yeah. If the summer will not come, then the ocean will not get evaporated. And if the ocean will not evaporated, the earth will not be having sufficient drinking water in her substratum for people to take out through the bore wells, or to give, or to maintain the water in the river and the waterfalls. Krishna has purpose behind every season. You may like, I may dislike. That's up to us. Now, Krishna has every reason. Krishna has not made creation just out of. Of course, sometimes we do say, Bhagavatam does say that, for Krishna, creation of the world is like a baby trying to play with the sand particles, playing with them. But that's not the baby of this world. That Krishna, the baby, is Gopal. He's fully conscious. He has every reason what he does. If not humus atmosphere, you want to feel cooling experience in the night, especially this side, wherever there is a river. So, if not humid atmosphere, then you'll have problem of the loo. But the loo is not there in Bengal because of the humus nature of the atmosphere. So every season has got its plus and minus. We have got to learn how to adjust with it. We have got to learn how to. अगर भगवान राम 14 साल बिना पादुका के जंगल में चल सकते हैं, and sometimes we lose our sleeper in yatra, we lose our shoe, and then उसके बाद जो है 3 दिन 4 दिन दिमाग खराब हो जाता है. चोरी करना था तो मेरे चोरी करना था क्या, और कोई मिला नहीं क्या. Lord Ram himself is teaching how to be equipoised. A day before he was supposed to be coronated, and then in the night, early morning, gets the call to go to forest. न पीता दिन हम मोहे कानन राजू, जहाँ अति बड़ा काजू मोर अति बड़ा. Where I have to perform many tasks. So when we lose sleep, remember Lord Ramchandra, how he worked for 14 years, not for 14 days, 14 months. When we have to eat sometimes sukha roti, or for Kunal to bhat dal sabji, not paneer and dosa, feel happy. Krishna could eat even the dirt, cemetery rice, no problem. So part of, we have got to adjust or recalibrate our the life, because we have enough examples to learn. Or sometimes somebody gives you gali, learn from Krishna, have it already, Shishupal. बहुत दिन तक सहन की लास्ट में जब एक ही बार में 100 गाली पार के तब मारे. But till then, Shishupal had been very conscious, very Krishna conscious to make sure that Gali will not be on 100 at one time, in one go. He maintained that. Out of fear of Krishna, Krishna will kill. He was very much like Kamsa Kusi, सिया राम मैं सब जगह जाने करूँ प्रणाम सुख जगह पानी तुलसीदास. So similarly, Kamsa could see everywhere Krishna, but out of fear. But we are not taught to be Krishna conscious out of fear, but out of love. That's the difference between them. Yeah, so that's how. But the second stage of equanimity is to tolerate happiness and suffering in life. Happiness and suffering मतलब किसका जन्मदिन आ गया तो खुशी मनाई जाती है. Someone lives, some of our close one lives, then we are morose, we cry, but we have to continue the business in this world. Sukh, dukh, especially comes by meeting the near and dear ones and losing near and dear ones, or by gaining what I had been aspiring for, what I've been aspiring for. My desirable object ambition पूरा हो गया. Another has ambition to get something, government job. If you get it, you get happiness. But if you don't get it, don't be morose. It's part of life. Yeah, sometimes you get what you aspire for, that makes you elate its joy. And when you don't get what you aspire for, that makes you morose. Learn to be equipoised in happiness and stress. That's difficult than the first one. हम लोग तो पहले स्टेज में हम लोग किन बोल्ड हो जाते हैं. रोज एसी नहीं तो फिर नो एसी नो केसी. ये कोई तरीका है क्या क्लास ऑर्गेनाइज करने का? एसी नहीं है. So that's it. No AC, no KC nowadays. But that's our first test of being equipoised. Then once we cross that, that's related to body. But when you go to second level, that's related to the mind. अब आप माइंड पर डील कर रहे हो, क्योंकि जो आपका एम्बिशन था, जो आपका जिसके पीछे आप पागल थे महीनों भर वर्षों भर, आपको जो लॉलियम था भगवान के प्रति नहीं, पर कहीं और लॉलियम, भगवान के तो लॉलियम हो तो लॉलियम आप एक लम्बोलियम खोटे रुपये नब्बे थे. बट जब वो मिलता है तो या तो हम जमीन छोड़ देते हैं, आसमान में उड़ जाते हैं, मानो पंख आ गए हो देह पर, या फिर जमीन के नीचे चले जाते हैं. कोई मुझे देखे नहीं, कोई मुझे पूछे नहीं क्या हुआ, रिजल्ट क्या हुआ. Learning to be on ground, whether we have reason to be jumping or flying, or we have reason to go down the earth. We remain on the earth. We remain balanced. That's higher than the first one. Because first one is on the body, second one is on the mind. Then the next one goes on more highest level. That is honor or dishonor. Equipoised. That's much difficult. वहाँ आपका ईगो का चटनी बन रहा है, अहंकार का चटनी बन रहा है. अहंकार जो है उस पर सवाल आ गया है. That's very difficult. And for Kshatriya, they can't tolerate it. Kshatriya equipoisedness is up till the second one. Third one पर Kshatriya जा नहीं पाते हैं. अब बोलेंगे बोले प्रभु जी शायद मैं भी क्षत्रिय हूँ। कि मेरा भी जाता नहीं, मेरा भी पिछड़ा पर मेरा मेरा काम करता नहीं बुद्धि। नहीं, क्षत्रिय के बाकी गुण भी आपको देखना पड़ेगा कि मर जाएंगे या मार देंगे। युद्ध च अपलायन, राइट। वो नहीं करेगी। So that means, yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah. So for Vaishyas, they will have difficulty even on the second level. And for Shudras, they will have difficulty on all the 4 levels. Yeah. And Brahmana is expected to deal even with the 3rd level of Apman. पर जब ब्राह्मण भी वहां पर फेल कर जाते हैं, suppose they are supposed to go there, but when they are taken on task on that, जब उनका इम्तिहान होता है उस स्तर पे, तो दुर्वास मुनि जैसे बड़े ब्राह्मण भी जो है वो जो फेल कर गए। अरे अमृत महाराज ने केवल जो पानी ही तो पिया था, 2-3 घुट पानी पिया था, वो भी चरणामृत का पानी था। वो भी जो है जो व्रत को तोड़ने के लिए 1 साल से व्रत चल रहा था, उसको तोड़ने के लिए 1 दिन का व्रत था, वो था नहीं, 1 साल का व्रत था। 1 साल का उनके एकादशी व्रत चल रहा था। It is said that in Purushottam Mass every day is Ekadasi व्रत। So you get in Purushottam Mass 30 Ekadasi व्रत together। Therefore you get 10,000 more mercy or more benefit than in Kartik month also। कार्तिक मंथ अपने आप में जो 10,000 गुण जो लिए हुए है, बाकी उससे ऊपर चले जाते। पुरुषोत्तम है, भगवान अपना नाम कर रखे हैं इसको। एनीवे, पॉइंट इज दैट वी हैव रिस्पेक्ट दिस मंथ्स, दिस डेज। तो दुर्वास मुनि तो बस अमृत महाराज के पानी पी लिए, उसको इतना क्रोध कि जान से मारने वाले का अमृत महाराज को, और ये बोलकर कि कि ब्राह्मण का ये सत्कार होता है। अरे मान ले ब्राह्मण का सत्कार नहीं भी हुआ, गेस्ट का सत्कार नहीं हुआ, तो पानी ही तो पिया ना, और उसके लिए दंड देना कि मृत्यु दंड। तो तीसरे लेवल पर आने पर जब ब्राह्मण का भी बोला जाता है, therefore only a Vaishnava can get it, only the Vaishnava can qualify even the 3rd level of poisonous, because man upman they don't care, they only care for भगवान का मान होना चाहिए। अपना मान अपमान हो या अपना मान हो या फिर अपना अपमान हो, भगवान का मान हो रहा है बस, उसी में खुश है। किया अभिमान तो फिर मान नहीं पाएगा, होगा प्यार वही जो श्री राम जी को भाएगा। So that is so only Vaishnavas can truly qualify for that test, जहाँ पर कि उसको मान मिले या अपमान मिले। Whether Parikshit was cursed to die in 7 days, he remained in his own natural position as a devotee. He could have contracted with the curse, but he did not do it, except the will of Krishna. Or when Lord Shiva was offended by Daksha, that's all that he did. दक्षा जो क्या क्या नहीं बोल रहा था। एक तो बाप ब्रह्मा के बोलने पर अपने बेटे को इसको दिए हैं, जिसका कि आंख बंदर के आंख के समान है, बंदर की तरह, और मेरी बेटी तो मानो हिरण की आंखें हैं। और ये तो केवल नाम का शिव है, बाकी सब इसका अशिव है। Like that he was giving, and then but she was simply tolerated. वो शिव जो प्रलय काल के इंचार्ज हैं, चाहते तो क्या नहीं कर देते। और बाद में किए भी, पर कब किए? जब जब सती ने आत्महत्या कर दी है दक्ष के व्यवहार को देख करके, तो वैष्णव अपराध हुआ दक्ष की ओर से, तब जाकर शिव जी अपना रूप को निकाले। बट स्वयं पे अपमान आया, उसको सह लिए। इसे कहते हैं वैष्णव। स्वयं का अपमान सह लेगा, पर किसी और पे अपमान जा रहा है, किसी और पे ये हुआ, उसको नहीं सह। इसीलिए हनुमान जी सह नहीं पाए। जब देखे कि राक्षसियां जो सीता जी को परेशान कर रही हैं, तो लंका में आग लगा दी। वो उनके लिस्ट में था नहीं आग लगाना। और अपमान को देख करके वो लिस्ट को जो है पुलिस को जो क्रॉस कर गए। So yes, the Vaishnavas are equipoised, but only as long as it's up to between only till then settle themselves. But when it goes beyond to some other devotees, then they are not supposed to practice equipoise. हाँ, सबको सहन करना, सहन कर लीजिए प्रभु जी। There is no equipoise over there. श्री राम राघव प्रभु की
जय।
प्रभु जी, आपका आगमन कहाँ से हो गया?
ये लोग क्लास में सुन रहे हैं। ये लोग काली जो है, सब 4 लोग बैठे हुए हैं यहाँ पर। देखिए ये लोग बैठे हुए हैं, सब 4 लोग क्लास में सुन रहे हैं आपका। ठीक है प्रदीप, क्लास में रहिए। हेलो,
क्या बोले हो?
वेल
क्या बोले हो?
ऑडियो तो आया नहीं। ठीक है, सुन नहीं पाए शायद। मेरा ऑडियो काम नहीं कर रहा, सुनने वाला, बोलने वाला काम कर रहा है, सुनने। Okay, so we are supposed to move forward from the Brahma realization, but we saw that how the level of equipoisness are tested for different people at different on different benchmark, and only Vaishnavas can fully qualify in equipoisness. And therefore, next verse, 18.54, Krishna is going to tell that one. Brahma bhuta prasannatma na sochati na kankshati samasarveshu bhuteshu mat bhakti labate param. मद भक्ति लभते पराम। ब्राह्मण पे आएंगे तब जाकर के आपको मेरी भक्ति, समझ सर्वेश भूतेषु मद भक्ति लभते पराम। Then you get this is special bhakti when we are coming, because one of the adjective used throughout Bhagavatam for the devotee is how he is sarva bhuteshu hitakari, how he is benevolent toward everyone. Sama sarveshu bhuteshu, equal to everyone. When Hiranyakashipu asked Prahlad, अरे दुर्बुद्ध है, नालायक ना, अपने आप को बड़ा ना महान समझने वाले, जरा ये तो बताओ कि तुम्हारा बल कहाँ से आ रहा है। ढीठ कहीं के बाप के सामने केवल हाथ जोड़ रहा है, पर ऐसे बोली बोल रहा है कि मानो कि जो हृदय पर छलनी कर रहा है। Everyone sees everyone else with their own spectacle. For Hiranyakashipu, Prahlad was most abominable person he had. And for devotee, Prahlad is the ideal role model how to be a devotee. जैसी दृष्टि वैसी सृष्टि. So for Daksha and Narada, while like साधु का भेष पहनना है पर असाधु वाला काम कर सबको ब्रह्मचारी बना रहा है. For Daksha Narada were like that, but for all of us, Narada is our role model how to preach. Following the strategy of Narada, how to change strategy as per the audience. So then when Hiranyakashipu asked, who is the source of her strength? So that time this Siddhartha Prahlad Maharaj said, न केवलम में भवतो सराजन. हे पिताजी, केवल मेरा स्ट्रेंथ नहीं, केवल मेरे बल की बात मत कीजिए. न केवलम में भवतः सराजन, आपका बल भी जो है, मेरा बल, आपका बल और चराचर जगत में सबका जो बल है, स्रोत एक ही है, भगवान विष्णु. इसीलिए आपका जो ये जो विचार है, ये जो मनोविचार है कि ये मित्र है, ये शत्रु है, इसे आप त्याग दीजिए. क्योंकि संसार में जो मन ही शत्रु होता है, मन ही मित्र बन जाता है. सभी जीवों के प्रति हितकारी बने, सबको समदृष्टि से आप देखिए. समस्त सर्वेषु भूतेषु मत भक्ति लभते पराम. जिसे पराभक्ति की भगवान बात कर रहे हैं, पराभक्ति, शुद्ध भक्ति भगवान से बात कर रहे हैं. शुद्ध भक्ति पर जाने के लिए हमें भेदभाव की भावना को पार करना ही पड़ेगा. जब तक समझेंगे कि ये मित्र है, शत्रु है, तो प्रहलाद महाराज कहते हैं अच्छा नहीं है ये. दया सर्वभूतेषु संतुष्टिया येन केनवा सर्वेन्द्रिय उपशांत्या च अतुष्यति यासु जनार्दन. भगवान जनार्दन को आसानी से प्रसन्न करने का तीन तरीका जो है नारद मुनि बतलाते हैं. पहला कि इंद्रियों को बस में रखिए, इंद्रियों को नियंत्रण में कीजिए. दूसरा कि किसी भी हाल में संतुष्ट रहिए, इक्विपॉइड रहिए. तो इक्विपॉइड रहेंगे तब तो कोई मर रहा है, कट रहा है, छोड़ो, सब तो विधि का खेल है. जिसका जैसा भाग्य है वैसा हो रहा है. हमको तो इक्विपॉइड रहने के लिए बोला गया है नहीं. तीसरा है दया सर्वभूतेषु, सब पे आपको दया भी करना है, करुणा भी करना है. टू बिकम इंस्ट्रूमेंट ऑफ कंपैशन. When we come to that level, when we follow this level, then Narada says, Tusyati Ashu Janardana. Janardana is easily satisfied. जनार्दन को सेटिस्फाई करने के लिए और कुछ नहीं चाहिए, बस ये तीन स्तर. स्टार्ट कहाँ से कीजिए? इंद्रियों को कंट्रोल कीजिए, फिर ऊपर जाइए, इक्विपॉइड होना सीखिए, मन को संतोष में रखिए हमेशा, और फिर become the instrument of compassion in the hand of Srila Prabhupada. So सर्वेन्द्रिय न सर्वभूत समस्त सर्वेषु भूतेषु मत भक्ति लभते पराम. One time Prabhupada was giving class on this verse in Brahma Bhuteshu, and devotees started to laugh because Prabhupada was saying all of you are Brahma Bhutas. तो when devotees heard कि हम लोग भी ब्रह्म भूतेषु हैं, and then Prabhupada quoted this verse, ब्रह्म भूतेषु समस्त सर्वेषु भूतेषु मत भक्ति लभते पराम ब्रह्म भूत प्रसन्नात्मा नश्चितं कामिच्छति. When Prabhupada quoted this verse and he said आप लोग भी जो ब्रह्म भूता हैं, तो सब हंसने लगे. So Prabhupada said don't take it lightly, I'm very serious here. Because some of you are born in England, some of you are born in America, some Africa, some Slovakia, some Yahama, But you all have forgotten your identification, and together you are sitting, chanting, dancing, embracing each other. Knowingly or unknowingly, you are practicing Brahma Bhuta platform only. And therefore, don't laugh. Because by bringing everyone on the same platform, giving everyone the same privilege, and forgetting all differences, yeah, patra na kare vichar, na. Yeah, so that means you all have come to Brahma Bhuta level. One time Shankaracharya was going to, he was coming after bathing, and after bathing, he was bathing in Ganga. He was going to Vishweshwar Mahadev for darshan. So one Chandala was passing through. Uh, so then Shankaracharya, he made some demeanor in a way he that Chandala, he felt that Shankaracharya is not happy with my walking here. Yeah. So immediately Chandala, no, Shankaracharya said that, no, please. Yeah. So when Chandala felt that Shankaracharya is feeling disturbed seeing me on the pathway after bathing, he said, I thought you were Brahman realized. I thought you're Brahma Bhuta. You are seeing the body, and therefore you are feeling different because I am born in Chandala family. And, are you really Brahma realized, Shankaracharya? So that comes in Chatusloka, Shankaracharya writing, he said there. And when Chandala spoke like this, Shankaracharya immediately understood what a mistake he made. Immediately paid Dhanvat Pranam to that Chandala. And said, thank you for teaching me, reminding me what I'm supposed to act and not taken by the differences on superficial level. That comes from some of the writing of Shankaracharya. Anyway, Prabhu, so we'll have to stop now because I'm in Mayapur. Some devotees are there with me, and we want to also visit some place before we leave Mayapur tomorrow. This is the meaning of this verse. One who is thus transcendently situated at once realizes the Supreme Brahman and becomes fully joyful. Never laments or desires to have anything. He's equally disposed toward every living entity. In that state, he attains pure devotional service unto me. Pure devotional service, para bhakti. Para bhakti means pure devotional service, kevala bhakti. Yeah. And Prabhupada says you can read this purport but this is very important. Prabhupada said that yeah, for those Brahma Bhuta, the world is Prabhupada is quoting here the famous verse composed by Prabodhana Saraswati. Anyone know the verse of Prabodhana Saraswati? Kaivalya Parakayate Tridasapura Akash Kayate Durdentandraya Sarkal Sarpakale Khatadam Strayate Viswam Purna Sukhayate Vidhi Mahendradi Sakitayate Viswam Purna Sukhayate. Yat Karunya Kataksh Gaurastum Gaur. For those who have attained the who have attained the merciful glance of Lord Chaitanya, for them Kaivalyam Narakayate. Going to liberation appears to be like going to hell, more than hell. Because hell में तो कोई मिल जाता है प्रचार करने के लिए, वहां तो आप अकेले पड़ जाते हैं. तभी तो प्रहलाद महाराज कहते हैं आई वांट गो टू हेल. Tridasapura Akash Puspayate and pleasure described in the Vedas, the pleasure of enjoying apsaras, heavenly pleasures. They are like आकाश पुष्प. आकाश में फूल नहीं उगता है. आकाश से फूल की बारिश होती है, आकाश में फूल नहीं उगता है. वो भी देवता लोग करेंगे तब बारिश होगी. फूल तो conception of happiness, heavenly pleasure, that illusory घोड़ा डिम्बा, घोड़ा का एग होता नहीं है, घोड़ा अंडा से नहीं आता है, अंडा से पक्षी आती है, पंछी आती है. विश्वम पूर्ण सुखायते. For a devotee, entire world is विश्वम पूर्ण सुखायते. पूर्ण सुख, even though दुखालय है संसार, और विश्वम पूर्ण सुखायते. Why? Because Krishna, because he is so much into releasing Krishna consciousness, the entire world becomes Purna Sukha for him. And for those who are absorbed in Krishna consciousness, especially in chanting, hearing, dancing, sharing Krishna Katha for them. And then Vidhi Mahendradi Chakitayate, और विधि महेंद्र, विधि ब्रह्मा शिव जी का पोजीशन संसार में जो सबसे बड़ा है. When one considers the roles and responsibility, the position of these great souls, demigods like Brahma, Shiva, to be like insignificant, like the Kitas, insects of no value. But this is only possible for those who have achieved the merciful glance of Lord Chaitanya. Thank you so much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Anybody has asked question here? Okay, nobody question. Okay, Prabhu. So, thank you so much. We'll meet next class. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
जय.
जय